elves. We've seen you in a bunch of movies now, giving big speeches and really having a presence. This movie is going to be a battle, a huge battle. I assume the elves are going to be involved in it. Do you guys get involved in the battle? Have you even had to do a lot of training?
Well, we can't. I don't know how much we can sort of say.
Well, I mean, spoilers are out, and the books have been out for a little while.
Yeah, but there's so much invention in the film, and I think that's what Peter's really trying to get the message out, which is true, is that there's even characters that don't exist in The Hobbit who are in this film, because he's somehow he's really claimed the cinematic rights to tell the story, and it's not that it's a departure in any way from The Hobbit, but it's an augmentation of. So, yeah, there's a bit of battling, I guess. Can we say that?
I'd say. Oh, yeah. There's Thranduil, the character I play in The Hobbit, is one of Middle Earth's great fighters, and he doesn't want to fight, but he's going to in this battle. So that's fun. I have a good time playing it, and I think the fans will have a good time with it too.
How much of your material was originally shot, or how much of it had to be added as it expanded into a trilogy, or was it all originally in the film?
Well, when I went to New Zealand, I naively thought it was one movie. And my son, who's always on IMDb, we landed because the kids came. And he said, it's 2 movies. And I said, no, it's not, sweetheart. I said, I'm the one who no, it's not 2 movies. And then I realized it was. And then by the time I left, a week later, my son had told me it was now 3 movies. So I think that decision was made pretty early on.
No, I think it was, yeah.
I just wasn't, I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, I did. I think I'd finished shooting, and then we got, it's going to be 3 movies. Yeah. But it felt, Peter was so kind of excited by the stories. He kept shooting and shooting and shooting and grabbing this and grabbing that, and interested in this, and let's film that. I mean, it's an incredible thing shooting these movies down in New Zealand. It's like you feel like you're shooting an indie movie on an unlimited budget. Absolutely creative, absolutely kind of, just curious about the.
He's very elastic. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, because he's across so many different stages with so many different storylines. But yet, it really is. He's an independent filmmaker. Just if something happens in the moment, he'll run with it. And you think, how can you run that with unit A, B, C, D, E, and and then you've got to put all these layers of post-productive CGI on top of. I don't know how he did it, but it was really liberating.
Thank you so much. The moment we're all looking forward to, for those who have read the books, is the moment you let loose that arrow. Can you tell us what that moment is like for you, as an actor? Are you screaming yeah, this is for my family? Or is it grim determination? Tell me about that.
Well, I can't really tell you too much, because it would sort of spoil the film if I told you how it happens and what I'm feeling, but it's a very big moment in the book. I mean, if what happens didn't happen, then the story would end in a very different way. So it's a very big responsibility, and it was a very fun time. It took quite a few days to shoot, so but I think Pete and I have cut something very powerful and compelling and tragic and all those things that you really want from certain moments in a film. So that's all I can say.
How's it been joining this ensemble cast? Because obviously a lot of them have worked together for a long time. Do you have a lot of scenes with some do you have scenes with Cate Blanchett or any of them who've been doing it for a long time? Or?
No, I don't have any scenes with Cate. No, I've scenes with Orlando and everybody else basically. Yeah, Bard gets about.
How's it been working with them? Getting into that role and getting into this world. The last movie.
Wonderful. I mean, it was a great experience. And the good thing about Bard being a human is, you see you're able to play him with human emotions, and that, and he gets to meet and interact with a lot of people in the cast. So that was a fun thing. It's always nice, especially the famous characters, that you know from Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's always quite fun. All right, no worries.
You get a sense in the very, very first Lord of the Rings film that Galadriel has this this dark side of her. I mean, things are only good if they've been tested, and so I think all of the characters, Galadriel included, have to undergo a test.
Well, Galadriel, as you were saying on the panel, I think she kind of loses her shit, quote unquote, in this movie. Yes. Yeah. So I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit. Did you get in a fight with a particular character?
No, I can't elaborate on it too much because it's, I mean, it's a surprise. But as Pete says, there's a lot of invention in this film and augmentation. So no one necessarily comes out unscathed or alive or dead, or anything could happen. Is that vague enough?
Is it bittersweet in a way to have everything just come to an end?
Oh, I think so. It's been such a incredible experience to be a part of these films. So, obviously proud to share it with the world, but a little sad. I mean, I've been in the Middle Earth as long as you have, but I think I'm like 2,000, 3,000 years old.
I think I'm 3,500 years old.
You win.
Yeah.
For breaking entertainment news and more, follow @HitFix on Twitter or visit hitfix.com.
But I mean, he invented so many things in the last battle, and he's not one to rest on his laurels. So I think the stakes are higher, and he's immensely proud of it, which he doesn't often say about things that he's done.
You guys have been such a presence here for so long. Or is it kind of like bittersweet to say goodbye this year at least?
Yeah, it is. It is. But like I said, really proud of this movie. I think the movie is exquisite, and what's so incredible about what Peter Jackson does with them is that it's not just a big battle; it's the cost of the battle. It's the the pain of death, because we lose some of our citizens in Middle Earth in this battle.
What has been the biggest satisfaction, or what have you learned from working with this iconic guy in this wonderful fantasy product that millions of people love?
You just said it. I think for me, first and foremost, it was working with Peter, because I didn't read the Lord of the Rings as a child, so I didn't come to them as a fan. Obviously, I knew how great Tolkien was, but it was to work with Peter. But then for the films to have such a broad reach, and you really tangibly feel that when you come to somewhere like comic book. It's incredible. It'll never happen again. It probably will to you, but it will never happen.
I love it here. I agree. It was Peter Jackson. He's an innovator and just an incredibly creative director, and it's a privilege to be on this.
And the fact that we're all saying goodbye is about time, or it's okay to everything gets.
Well, the books are infused with the sense of an age that's ending, and so I think that there's what's particular about this is that you've got sort of 17 years of Philippa and Fran and Peter's work coming to an end as well. So there's an extra layer of gravitas, I think, to that.
Last question: how different did you approach this kind of character in a fantasy world than a character that is based on reality or live action or real?
It's your imagination can run wild with a character like this. You can pick up symbols of, with the Elven King, beasts in the woods, and what a cave means, what it means to be 3,000 years old, and then just kind of, put that into the machine and have a good time with it.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
We're set up for an epic battle. Is it as big as we hope and expect?
I certainly hope so.
I think so. See, we're as in the dark as you are. I think. I mean, I was only there. You were there much longer than I was.
Oh yeah, I think I was just a little bit longer. I mean, I think I've kind of, when I wasn't shooting, I was creeping around set, seeing what I could see, because I'm just as curious about it as you are. And
we were all craning our necks in Hall H, trying to see it all, because we haven't seen anything. But so, I mean, he invented so many things in the last battle, and he's not one to rest on his laurels. So I think the stakes are higher, and I think, he's immensely proud of it, which he doesn't often say about the things that he's done.
You're starting the publicity trail now. It's going to go on until December. Is there a touch of sadness in it because it's coming to a close, the trilogy?
I mean, I haven't been doing it. I've been part of this world nearly as long as you have, but I'm sad. It's proud of the movie, of course, proud to present it, but it's such a meaningful thing to be a part of. Yeah, it looks
Well, particularly when you come. I mean, this is my first time I've ever been to Comic-Con. And I'm here with my boys who are whooping it up. But I think when you tangibly confronted by the fan base, and also when everyone's together again, you do think, oh, we won't be doing this again. So yeah, there's a tinge of melancholy there for sure.
And Lee, you snuck down to Hall H, queued the line yesterday, didn't you?
We did, yeah. Me and Andy last night. It was about 2:30 in the morning, and we had the bright idea to go see the kids sleeping outside, waiting to get to Hall H. And so these poor kids are like lined up on the grass, sleeping. Suddenly we're like, hey, wake up! And we look up, and there's Andy Serkis and me being like, what's up? Are you in a picture?
Thank you.
It's a wonderful journey, and it made us feel great.
The whole of the Middle Earth is just all about the journey that the characters embark upon, but also for you. Can you tell me about how the journey is for you now that it's coming to an end?
It's been an unexpected one. It had but it really has. I mean, in the sense that I never thought that I would. Well, if Peter, there were rumors he was going to do The Hobbit, but I had no expectation or hope that I would be in it. Although I did make a few calls to him, and so the whole experience was an unexpected joy. And to go back and play a character that I'd played 10 years earlier, you do that in the theater sometimes, but in film, never.
It's been such an amazing franchise. Everyone loves the characters and the fans are so loyal. What is the one thing you'll miss the most once this is over?
Oh, I mean, being a part of this magical world. I mean, Middle Earth and the way Middle Earth, the way Peter Jackson sees Middle Earth is it's just this mesmerizing place that you confront life and death and courage. And I don't know, I guess I've learned a little something about myself working on it. And I guess I'll miss that investigation, in New Zealand.
And it was you could tell from Peter and Fran and Philippa, it's been such a labour of love. And they've spent so much time with these stories that they really have created this family atmosphere on set. And so in a way you will see people and hopefully work with those people again. But this won't happen, and sadly that's life.
And I think that might just about happen at some point.
What is the biggest highlight of this movie?
I would have to say meeting Cate Blanchett.
Oh, well, thank you.
We just met earlier today, and I have to say, I'm a little bit doing this press. I'm a little.
Well, me too.
How much fun is it to get everybody in one place?
Here now? Well, I've never been here before to Comic-Con, so that's a first for me. And then there's a lot of actors who I didn't get to work with, and so I've seen them. I've seen pictures, I've seen bits and pieces that Pete and Fran would show us when we came onto set. But to actually be here in the flesh, it's really special, and it won't happen again. So it's a bit sad.
But it's also, it's like we, kind of with each other, the movie makers, and then what's so interesting about Comic-Con is that we get to be with the fans too, and share the story with them, share their enthusiasm for the story, and that's a unique opportunity.
How do you explain that it was so popular that it touched a nerve in the comic or even in the pop culture?
Well, the books are so iconic. They're almost like working on a sacred text, and that can be a little bit daunting, I think. But because Peter, if you look at his really, really early work, he's really daring in that he understands deep, deep ugliness. And so I think he's brought that, which used to be his sort of indie aesthetic, he's brought that to mainstream cinema. And so he's fused what is a kind of almost a sacred work of literature with this kind of inherent ugly side of humanity. And so he's created something utterly unique, so I can understand why the fan base is so big.
What's your take on that?
I agree. It touches on the big themes of life. When I was on set, I was amazed at how many people would come visit us who were sadly at the end of their life, and they were so moved by The Lord of the Rings and the way The Lord of the Rings dealt with what comes next. The courage to face what comes next. And I get chills talking about it because of the fact that, Pete and Fran and Philippa looked into that direction with such an open heart and bravery is meaningful. And I think it's part of the reason the movie resonates in so many different cultures and across the world the way that it does.
You guys, thank you so much.
How much fun are you having here?
It's extraordinary. It's sort of nothing like I expected it to be. It's actually it's quite polite and reverential. It's crazy and kooky, and the whole idea is fantastic. But to see this many people who are this passionate about these films, it's really humbling, actually.
What was the wildest thing you saw on the panel this afternoon?
I saw a little Thorin. Our Thorin is in London right now doing a play. Richard is doing a play, and I saw this kid dressed up like Thorin. He had a little axe, he had the key, and he had taken his mom's makeup and drawn on the beard on his face. I thought that was pretty sweet.
Sweet. I saw Ian McKellen's crotch, so that was kind of exciting for me.
Memorable.
Yeah, memorable.
Now, why do you lose your in this movie?
Why or how? Or do I? I must have selective amnesia. No, it's I mean, Galadriel, like all of the characters, gets put to the test. I mean, she talks about it in the Lord of the Rings. You know, that she remains Galadriel, and yeah. So,
well, what did you think of the footage? Because you're just seeing the teaser for the first time today.
It's great, because I mean, I was only there for 2 weeks shooting, so there's so much stuff, that I hadn't seen at all. So I mean, we were all craning to see it.
When do you see Guardians of the Galaxy? This guy's amazing.
Oh, thanks. I'm really proud of that movie. I think it's a really good time. It's going to be, yeah, and totally different than The Hobbit, Battle of Five Armies. Totally different.
Now, I mean, like for you, going to all these award shows, like where does Comic-Con rank compared to going to the Oscars and the Golden Globes?
This is, I mean, not that the other events aren't, but this is not, I mean, here we are talking to the press, but it's actually driven by the fans. So there's no agenda here, it's not political, it's just about the celebration of the work, and often there's quite left of field, quirky questions that people have, or a line of interest that's really, it's unique.
The whole of the Middle Earth is just all about the journey that the characters embark upon, but also for you. Can you tell me about how the journey is for you now that it's coming to an end?
It's been an unexpected one. It had but it really has. I mean, in the sense that I never thought that I would. Well, if Peter, there were rumors he was going to do The Hobbit, but I had no expectation or hope that I would be in it. Although I did make a few calls to him, and so the whole experience was an unexpected joy. And to go back and play a character that I'd played 10 years earlier, you do that in the theatre sometimes, but in film, never.
It's been such an amazing franchise. Everyone loves the characters, and the fans are so loyal. What is the one thing you'll miss the most once this is over?
Oh, I mean, being a part of this magical world. I mean, Middle Earth and the way the way Peter Jackson sees Middle Earth is it's just this mesmerizing place that you confront life and death and courage. And I don't know, I guess I've learned a little something about myself working on it. And I guess I'll miss that investigation, in New Zealand.
And it was you could tell from Peter and Fran and Philippa, it's been such a labour of love. And they've spent so much time with these stories that they really have created this family atmosphere on set, and so in a way you will see people and hopefully work with those people again, but this won't happen, and sadly that's life.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.
I loved my wig so desperately. I would put it on any day of the week. But I saw this that really cool girl with the pink wig and the cat ears. There's a few good cats out there.
How about you?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think would suit me? I'll let you pick.
How about Superman?
Yeah, great. Yeah, totally. That's me.
I thought you're so known for your fashion. The first time I met you, I'd be in a much more fashionable outfit than this.
No, I think it's really super fashionable.
Okay, well, if I have your seal of approval, then... Yeah, no, she's going to be really excited. Are you kidding me?
My first kiss.
Very first kiss ever.
Junior high. I won't say her name.
Probably wants you to.
I'm not going to say her name. I wouldn't say it was a huge success.
It usually isn't the first time. What about you?
Oh, it's probably the back of my hand. You know.
Did you ever practice on your pillow?
No, I didn't practice on my pillow. No, practice on the back of my hand.
Oh, that was probably better because
a
it's
little
more
bit.
like...
You get lint in your mouth.
We too have emotions.
So the last time you laughed uncontrollably?
Oh, I think it was with my husband just before I got on the plane. He's got really infectious, but I won't tell you what it was about.
Okay, that's good enough.
Last night, me and Andy Serkis, we snuck out about 2:30 in the morning and visited the kids sleeping, waiting to get into Hall H, and we were kind of waking them up and being like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
That is such a great, like, celebrity, oh my gosh moment.
Yeah, it was really fun. We were out there for about an hour just kind of taking pictures and
everyone's sleeping.
Yeah, I know, kind of getting into bed.
And the celebrity wakes up a random person who's camping out to see people like you. What's the reaction?
Yeah, they're a little kind of like, wait, what? Like, what? But yeah, super excited. Yeah.
On YouTube, that always makes me crack up.
You guys spend such long hours on set. You both work so much, sort of eating fresh and staying in shape. How do you?
I had a long, flowing kind of caftan, so I was fine. I could, yeah, just don't worry.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
All the cameras. At the end of this whole experience, what are some of the memories you'll take away from filming?
It was a very, very strange experience 10 years on, going back into to Miramar, to the studios, and it's like nothing had changed. So Peter and Fran and Philippa and all of the guys at Weta had made these extraordinarily successful, financially and creatively successful films, but their filmmaking practice hadn't changed at all. You still felt like you were making an independent film that was ridiculously well resourced, and so I think that is a testament to those guys. They're incredible creative forces.
Tell me about the feeling in Hall H today. Was it sort of like this wave of nostalgia as you're like looking back over all the blooper reels and all that?
Those blooper reels
I know.
were hilarious.
Ian parting his robes with those great pins walking forward. I know. I mean, it's a testament that it really does show how much fun was had on set. There's a lot of love, and many, many long lifetime friendships have come out of it.
There's a lot of like crossover, I guess. I feel like between The Hobbit and now the sort of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Are you intrigued by these sort of like leaves over from Hobbit to Marvel?
I'm here pimping myself, hoping to get some work. No, but sure. I mean, I think it's particular to this age where we're obsessed with heroes. But I think the great timeless thing about The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit is that everyone's put to the test. Everyone has a flaw. Everyone has a weakness. Even the most noble and good characters, like the Queen of the Elves, they've all got, the capability to turn bad, and I think that's it's always the flip side of it that makes someone a hero.
Strong female characters as well, which is great to see.
And Galadriel was only a footnote in The Hobbit, so it was great that they, I'm happy that they wanted to incorporate it, but also Tauriel. Well, I'm not saying that right. I'm glad Evangeline's not here. She scolds everyone on their pronunciation. Tauriel.